Hello everyone, welcome to State of the Game for November 2nd, 2017. And I promise you it is going to be longer than 2 minutes. It's going to be 3 minutes. No, it's actually going to be longer than that. So we don't have that super much news to talk about today. You can see some stuff down here in the ticker. We've had a lot of questions about this part a couple of times since I latest today about the Xbox One X support. Yes, we will have an update for that coming. I don't have a timeline. I can't exactly say exactly when or what's going to be in it, but yes, there will be support for Xbox One X. I can't really say that in a good way. Other than that, though, I'm going to jump straight in because we have, again with us, two very special guests all the way from Redstorm, North Carolina. Say hello once again to our wonderful Terry and Keith.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Yes,
that was a great intro, Petter.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Was it good?
That was beautiful.
Kind of
Thank
summarize
you. Petter, you're beautiful.
Things? Thank you. Good to see you guys again. Let me,
good to see you.
Again, a lot of people have already seen you a couple of times, but still, let's do some introductions. Who are you guys? Why are you here?
Keith, after you, buddy.
I'm Keith Evans. I'm the lead designer on The Division here at Redstorm.
And I'm Terry Spear, the creative director here at Redstorm on The Division.
Right.
Nice to meet you.
That's so polite.
Redstorm, you guys have been leading the charge on much of update 1.8. Let's see, we're having
Correct.
some.
Yep.
And we're not having any technical issues. So first of all, the public test server closed this week on Tuesday, I believe. How do you guys think things went during the PTS over this last couple of weeks?
Well, I don't know, Keith, I don't want to speak for you, but I think it went pretty damn well.
Yeah, no, I think it went really well. Like, probably one of the most successful, useful PTSs we've had.
Yeah, we made a lot of changes we're very happy with, of course, that we couldn't have done without feedback from the community.
Right, so yeah. So that's one thing. Now we ran the first public test server for The Division about a year ago, just before update 1.4, which was a big update for The Division if you weren't around back then. And I think we just take a quick look at what is the actual public test server and how do you guys use it when you're designing the game?
Good question. That's a very good question. I think the most important thing the PTS does for us, right, it allows us to gather data from the community, analyze it, and then make changes we believe in. I think that's the #1 thing that I focus on with the PTS.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of a pretty intense process just because there's a lot of data to take in, right? So we're playing the game ourselves pretty much throughout the entire thing. We're watching a ton of streams. We're listening to feedback on, Twitter and Reddit and the forums. And we also have a lot of analytic data getting tracked in the background. So it's kind of just taking all that in, crunching it down, and like Terry said, making the changes that we believe in.
Yeah, and like Keith said, it is a pretty intense process. It takes quite a lot of time, actually, to analyze it, to prepare it for the community, and all those things.
For sure.
We wouldn't continue to do it if it wasn't valuable to us, and it is absolutely valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm always happier with where we end after the PTS.
Right. So there's still been, during the PTS and after, and we talked a bit about these things last week on the State of the Game, but there's been a couple of hot topics debated in the community, to say the least. And I thought you just, what? Never heard of those.
Everyone always agrees on everything, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
But I want us to touch base now. We have you here, and that mug is still glorious. Anyway, for example, one of the big discussions have been surrounding certain gear sets, like, for example, Predator's Mark and Nomads. I want to kind of touch base with you guys, see where you guys see those gear sets right now in the game and their place.
No, we've definitely read a few threads and seen a few videos about those. Keith, what do you think?
I mean, I think they're very powerful, honestly, but I think they're intentionally very powerful. Part of it comes from those sets are powerful because they bring a very specific utility to players. Yes. Like with the Predator's Classified set, almost all your power is in that bleed, right? It has to be strong to make it useful in PvE and to make it a good, valid tactic in PvP, to make it powerful, make people force the med kit, and actually create that back and forth dynamic.
Yeah, it's when the entire basis of the set is, it's built around that It's built around that bleed. It needs to be powerful, and it is a tremendous amount of fun in PvE, actually.
Oh yeah, that with shrapnel
Yeah.
and getting in there and just seeing them spread everywhere. It's awesome.
Yeah. So I know that makes it difficult in PvP, but you have that counter. Right?
Yeah.
It's there. And okay, you can definitely argue that, well, I'm out of med kits. Okay, then the Predator's mark's he's got you. Like, you're going to go down. You have to prepare for it, which could mean that you need to alter your strategies. I mean, it's not, I kind of see it, like imagine the support station, right? For Reclaimer, like all the power of that set is built around the support station. And all you have to do as an opponent is prepare for that and blow it up. That's how you counter.
EMP
right?
it,
Yep.
get it down.
Yeah, so we realize that they are strong. They're very strong. But that's the point.
Yeah, absolutely. The fact that these sets, change the dynamics of a fight is going to keep things like skirmish and last stand in the dark zone interesting for a long time, because each match you come in, you'll start encountering different sets and switch up your tactics, and that's what we were going for.
Yeah, and for the nomads, you had said something in a discussion we had earlier. It's burst survivability,
right?
And it is not always there. What nomad brings to you, it's not always going to be present, and without it, you are
very open.
Very open is a good way to put it.
The second it goes on cooldown, all the power of that set is gone. There's no other backup utility. It's not an incredibly hard-hitting DPS set.
Yeah, definitely moves and counter moves.
Exactly.
It was a big focus for us on the design staff when we did the year 2 things, and it's taken some adjustments, obviously, but
sure.
Move, counter move. You see something happen in the environment you're in, we expect you to do a counter move, and so on and so forth.
Bringing some of the RPG, pushing it forward a little bit and letting you know what's happening more.
Yeah.
Right. So one other set, including a skill that's seen quite a lot of discussion over the last couple of weeks, is defense and the Ballistic Shield. So I want to also talk to you guys a little bit about where do you see the shield right now? Where will it be in update 1.8?
Right. Keith, if I may.
Go for it.
I was generally unhappy with how it was playing, right?
Previously?
Yeah. I don't want to, I don't want to cover this whole topic, but the shield and how it was being used, it was really invalidating a lot of our content, right? Quite frankly. I know you can bring up build examples, but it was doing a lot to ruin people's PvP experience, and it was also invalidating a lot of the PvE content.
Yeah, invalidating the hard content that's meant to, test not only your build, but also your just gamer ability, right?
Yeah. And so we had to make changes to it, because it wasn't playing the way we wanted it to. So we're very happy with it now.
Yeah, I'm super excited for where it landed, right? Like, for sure, when we first made the change, I think we pulled the shield health back a little bit too far. We made some good adjustments over the PTS, I think.
Yep.
Now it's usable with other sets, but it's not going to be this super tanky shield where you have crazy high DPS, or you're using the shield with tactician builds in crazy ways. But for people who want that shield fantasy, I think the defense set is better than it's ever been. That melee bonus, buffing your team, really, no matter if you're using the normal one or the classified set, it's super strong.
Yeah. So that's why we made changes.
Yep.
Right. So let's talk about one of the, if not the big discussion in the community over the last couple of weeks, kind of the elephant in the room, and I'm seeing Shad is talking a lot talking it now as well.
Westside Pierce.
Yep.
Westside Pierce, yeah.
We'll
talk about Westside Pierce in a little while, though. let's talk about Rogue 2.0.
Yeah,
because that's been the big topic of discussion. So, how have you been working with Rogue 2.0 over the course of the PTS, and where is it now, and how does things look?
Yeah, there is sort of this a common narrative that I've seen as we've monitored social media and all the other outlets that we have, that we're not listening to feedback on Rogue 2.0, and I mean, quite frankly, it's quite the opposite. We've listened, and we've made a number of changes, in fact, to make the experience improved, based on feedback. But there are a few things we haven't touched, of course.
Like the actual manhunt gameplay loop, and that's honestly just because we really believe in it. We, made a very conscious decision, and we want to see it in the live game. We want to see what it's like when multiple groups are in there with their own objectives and one of these manhunt missions pop off, right? What does that play like? We think it's going to be different in some ways than what we saw on the PTS. And like I said, it's just something we really believe in, and we want to put it out there. We're feeling confident.
Yeah, when I think about the actual life of the DZ, you know, as it breathes in the live game, and you have several groups in there, and they're doing their own thing. You got some people that are doing PvP, you've got some people that are clearing landmarks, and there's, you know, the suite of activities that you have in the Dark Zone. And we see the manhunt loop as an additional activity that will pop off, and you don't expect it to. You know, much like, oh, there's a supply drop. Okay, you can choose to participate in that if you like. And I've done plenty of supply drops where there's not another soul around for miles. And then I've had ones where, oh my God, the whole server's here. And we envision manhunt being just like that. You know, you see a manhunt pop off and you're like, you know what, I've got a bag, I'm full, I want to extract, I'm gonna go do this other thing, if there's a supply drop or whatever, I don't care. And the manhunts will be able to go up and waltz and clear it and get the rewards, and they'll be fantastic, right? The live game breathes and is paced a little bit differently than the PTS. So we believe in it strongly enough to put it out there as it is, and we did hear all the feedback, and we appreciate it, right? That's just a tremendous amount of passion around it, but there is a lot more moving parts that we want to see engage, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and you know, that being said, I think the whole Rogue 2.0 experience improved a lot over the PTS based on everyone's feedback. You know, some of the changes, things like, you know, we reduced the interaction time it takes to clear the manhunt, right? So, you know, it was really difficult in the beginning just because of interaction time. We've done things like change the radius of people around the manhunt zone who are going to get broadcasts on their mission tracker to go do this thing if they want, right? Fewer people are going to be getting this information, meaning fewer people are congregating.
That was a big change.
It's a huge change. You know, we reworked Rogue, that first Rogue stage, right as you do the first toggle. It was like 19 seconds. You could like toggle it and run it off and almost use it to troll people. So now it's 60 seconds. There's a little more consequence to doing that initial Rogue trigger. A big one based off everyone's community feedback was there's some obvious exploits with the group management and regaining manhunt levels of your group members. So group management is blocked now for any group that has a manhunt. And just as a balance thing that I think improved the experience a lot, that new Banshee classified set obviously plays into all the Rogue 2.0 stuff, and the initial kind of, hey, I'm a shade agent, what's my bonus as I'm hunting manhunts, was super powerful, right? It made it almost like a win button. So that got, you know, tuned throughout the PTS as well.
Yeah, that was all PTS.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, those are things that we didn't necessarily account for that would not have surfaced without extensive testing from the PTS. So
yep, absolutely.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Right. So, sorry. In general, now with the PTS closing, and I know I see people in chat now going, when's the release date for update 1.8? Sorry, I don't have that for you yet. I wish I did, but I can't give you any date yet. We'll keep you updated, and we're super excited to get that date to you as soon as possible. But that said, I think we're just going to take a little bit of a look at update 1.8. We've talked a lot about Rogue 2.0 and stuff over the last couple of weeks, but I just wanted to take a moment and look at the other things that have been happening, both on the PTS, of course, and that's coming in the update. How are you guys feeling about update 1.8 in general right now?
I tell you what, man, like, when I look back, I mean, it's huge.
It is. It is a ridiculous amount of stuff. Like
I can't believe all that stuff that's going in there.
I mean, I don't know, the big takeaway for me is that I think it's, out of all the updates we've done, it's the one that hits something for every one of our players, right? Like, there's awesome new PvE activities, there's awesome new PvP activities, there's an awesome new gear game for you to go after. It's something for everyone.
Yeah, and there's little bits and pieces of each that I want to talk about, and it's cool because it's all tied together, right? Like, I cannot wait to get into the underground.
Oh my gosh.
And like feel those new directives, right? The new checkpoints, thankfully, because I'm not super skilled. And like when those hunters, Like, that is ridiculous.
It's pretty awesome.
You know?
It's pretty brutal.
And then, you know, I'm going to get the gear, right? Oh, you know, just all of the PvP. Like, I cannot wait to get into skirmish. Okay, obviously I'm passionate about all this stuff, right? But the West Side Piers, the resistance, right? And getting the gear, right? And then what do I do with the gear after I get it? Keith, what do I do?
Well, I mean, what I'm going to do is go play Resistance. And I mean, honestly, like, that was the thing for me. Like, if we talk about the PTS, Resistance from PTS 1 until what we're going to ship,
Oh, yeah.
I am super happy with where we landed. We got the difficulty dialed in. We added so many more, you know, interesting wave variants that'll keep it replayable. We've kind of tuned the time investment the player's going to have before they start getting really good rewards.
Yeah.
I think it has turned into something that is just going to be something that players really go back to a lot.
I cannot wait to push it. Like, getting there with my actual live game gear,
Yeah.
right? Not PTS gear. Optimization, right?
Yep.
D-Tech. Yeah, baby. Like, I have so many fond memories of D-Tech runs in the Dark Zone.
Yeah.
Finally, that's valuable again. And just the global events, right? You get all the new global events are going to come out that give you the gear. Wow.
Yeah, it's a big update,
And
it's
Free.
free.
It's free.
That's my favorite cost of anything.
I know, I love that. Oh, and dude, audio logs. Like, we did not even talk about all of the narrative
Yeah.
stuff inside West Side Piers. So as you're cruising around, getting your D-Tech, right, grinding your gear, getting ready for West Side Piers or whatever you want to do, get to hear some new stories, right? Rick Velassi.
Yeah, there's new Rick Velassi.
Yeah, dude, so much stuff. I just got to say, right, Petter, I got to say, I'm sorry, but internally we have this, we called update 1.7 and update 1.8. It was the summer jam. That's what we call it internally. And it has been so much fun jamming with you guys over the summer.
Dude.
Thank you very much for your incredible passion and how connected you guys have been and how much support you've given us and all the feedback. And you've really helped us shape this summer into a great update.
Yeah,
so thanks,
absolutely.
guys. Thanks for jamming.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. One thing that I just want to, we're gonna start wrapping things up, but I just want to, because this is also one of those questions I've seen the community have about the underground.
Yes.
There's a certain little aspect of the underground. There's questions that's been coming up over and over, and maybe we have a little update on what's happening with classifieds in the underground.
That's classified. See what I did there?
That was horrible.
That was terrible. Specifically, you're asking about classified gear dropping in the underground?
Yes.
Keith, what do you think?
Yeah, it's in there. Absolutely. You know, the bosses.
Oh, yeah.
That was Hamish.
Yeah.
The bosses and the hunters, and there's some rare chests that pop up. So definitely, like, I'm going to be doing some grinding in the underground for sure.
Oh, yeah. You know, the chance to drop exotics.
Yeah.
And the classified gears, like Keith said.
Yeah, and the new exotics like Big Alejandro and the House, you know, that you can get those out of underground, and you know, we're really trying to spread the love.
Dude, Big Alejandro. Big Alejandro. That's for me.
Yeah.
Right? I cannot wait for that to drop. Anyway, yes. Does that answer your question? I hope it does. It sounded like it did.
That answers my question. It does. It does.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
That's
Cool.
great. But thank you very much, guys, for coming. It's been great to have you again, as always.
Thank you,
It's
Petter.
always
Yeah,
a
thank you.
pleasure.
We'd love to come back anytime.
You're always welcome back.
Thank you.
Always.
Cool. We'll probably come very rudely, break into the room one day and just sit on the couch, you know, for no
Welcome.
apparent reason at all.
There's room for both of you. There's room for all three of us on this couch. So.
All right.
All right.
Beautiful.
But thank you very much, guys, for coming. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Talk soon.
Cheers.
Later.
So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in to State of the Game for November 2nd, 2017.
Hang up on these guys quickly.
We're hanging up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just 'cause of
there's
audio
Hamish.
stuff.
See, Hamish is in the room.
I can pull up a microphone if you're still talking.
You wanna sit down and talk?
Hi.
Come say hi, Hamish.
Is there a microphone?
This has actually been 19 minutes now, so I'm 18 minutes over my usual time. So I'm
Wow.
kind of disappointed in myself, actually. One day I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna have a 30-second. Is that
Where did we
mine?
put it?
That's mine.
No, it's fine.
No, it's right here.
There it is.
There it is.
It's up there. Sorry.
All right.
Found it. Hi everyone. No,
Oh,
people were like, we're
where's Hamish?
oh, they're there. Hey.
Hey.
Hi everyone. No, I am still here. But someone has to work the cameras. That's
Yeah.
just how it goes.
I just realized how super red I look in this light.
Really? That's all right. This is cozy.
Maybe
This
you're
is nice.
pale. Maybe you're pale.
I'm excited about, and this isn't like marketing speak, I'm actually really excited about 1.8. Like, this is really cool. The underground stuff with the hunters, I am down.
I'm super down.
I'm
super
very
down.
down for that. I think it's cool to have these discussions with the community.
Yeah.
I want to just say hi, and that we are still doing this because it's important to
Yes.
not just be able to tell you what's going on, and sometimes that might not be what you want to hear, but it is what's happening.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But yes, 1.8 is stronger for all of your conversations and that sort of thing. So don't stop doing that.
No.
All right,
All right.
you gonna wrap it up? I'm gonna go
gonna
turn
wrap
this
it up.
off.
Well, there's not much to say. As I said, like recapping the news is going to be fast because, like, the big news today would be the Xbox One X upgrades that are coming. I don't have a timeline. I know you want one. I want one, but I sadly don't have one. Update 1.8 release date. We should hopefully have that soon for you. I'm not exactly sure when we'll be able to announce, but hopefully soon. Other than that, I mean, we had Terry and Keith on. We talked a lot about stuff, including Rogue 2.0, Predmark, etc. So if you're just tuning in, I'd recommend to go to the past broadcast and watch this. Or maybe you're listening to the podcast. Who knows? We'll have a podcast, right?
Yeah, I'll put it up.
We'll have a podcast. Maybe you're listening to it right now. Very meta. Other than that, thank you very much for tuning in. State of the Game, November 2nd, 2017. We will be back. Amper is streaming tomorrow from the US, 3 p.m. Yes, sorry guys for the time confusion there. We didn't build this daylight saving time thing. We hate it. It's horrible. I hate it. So things got a little confused there. All meetings and stuff today as well. People were really confused about times. So yes, I'm sorry for the people who turned up a bit too early, but it's the universe. It's how it works, obviously. So with that said, thank you very much again, guys, and I will see you soon. Take care.